And does your car not get completely cleaned?
No.
And who do you talk to about that?
Talk to one of the workers.
Okay. And after you complain to one of the workers, where do you go?
I went through it, came back around, and now.
Okay. And when your car's in the back alley, where are you cleaning?
I'm on the driver's side. I'm on the driver's door.
And immediately prior to the shooting, where is Chino?
What?
Immediately prior to the shooting, before you hear a gunshot, where is your friend Chino?
He was in the back seat on the passenger side.
Okay. And who's in the front seat?
He wasn't in the front seat. He was cleaning. One of the workers.
Okay, so one of the workers is in the front seat?
He wasn't in the front seat.
Okay.
The door was open. He was outside of the car.
Okay,
He was
perfect.
cleaning my car like I was. I'm outside of the truck, cleaning the driver's side. He on the passenger side, cleaning the passenger side.
I understand now. So you're saying that he's standing outside the car, but he's
Right.
cleaning the
Right.
area around the front.
Right.
Okay, thank you. And what is Mr. Fletcher doing at the time that you hear the first gunshot?
He was sitting in the car. That's all that. He was sitting in the car.
Okay. Did you see him on his phone at some point
He was
around
on his
then?
phone. I looked back, he was on his phone. Gunshots got the ring, I ran.
And where did you
I
run
ran
to?
to Ramos, right across the street, on the opposite side of the street.
And prior to the shooting, did you notice any shell casings by your vehicle?
I didn't even look on the ground, no sir. I didn't see no show.
And after you run across the street, what brings you back to your vehicle? So you go to Ramos, correct?
Ran to Ramos. One of the workers seen me over across the street. He was like, the person that was in the car with you, he's on the ground. He needs medical attention. I think he dead. I ran back. I'm like, what? I was hesitant for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm like, I mustered up the urge and walked over there. And I ain't even go all the way over there. I ain't even go all the way to Chino. I went to the end of my truck. He was stiff as a board.
And did you see?
Yeah, I started out. I was mad. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. First time I was in that fight.
Did you see any weapons by Chino at that time?
I didn't see nothing. He had his bait.
Could you tell which direction the shooting was coming from when you first hear the first shots?
I thought we got ambushed. I thought we got surrounded. It was coming from everywhere.
Have you been around gunfire before?
I've been shot 4 times.
And could you tell whether this was pistols, rifles, both?
It was some of everything. It was big guns. It was just big guns, bro. I don't know.
Anything further from this witness, Judge?
Good afternoon, Mr. Payne. My name is Charles Ayers. I represent GT and I have a few questions for you. Why did you end up beating up with Chino that day?
What?
Why did you and Chino end up meeting up that day?
What do you mean, why did I beat up with him? I didn't beat up with him. He called me every morning. I've been seeing him every day. Every day for the past month and a half, probably 2 months.
Okay.
Every single day. Ain't no why I meet up with Chino. It's something like my little cousin. Our families, we got the same cousins in both our families. So I always looked at him like a little cousin, but we grew up in the same neighborhood. It was never meet up. He called me, big bro, I'm mad. I need you to come and get me. Can you come and get me? Or can I get it dropped off to you? I said, I'm up here at this car wash. You can come up here, or I can come and you wait on me and come and get you. He said, I'm mad at somebody right now. I'm finna get it dropped off. I said, who dropping you off? He said, my grandma. I said, all right, I just told you where I'm at. Let me know when you close.
So Chino said that he was mad at somebody.
Yeah.
Who did he say he was
He
mad
was mad at his mom. He said his mom was talking too much. That's what he said.
And his grandmother dropped him off?
Grandma right there, yes.
Okay. And did he say anything about being mad at anybody else?
No,
Did he say anything?
no, I don't know, no problem.
Mr. Payne, until he's finished asking you the whole question, it'll go faster, okay?
Yep, just wait until I'm done with the question, and I'll give you a chance to answer. Did he say anything about looking for some people involved in the robbery?
No, sir.
You haven't heard anything about that?
I still don't know nothing about it.
Okay. Does, about what time did you guys meet up, do you remember?
You don't know. It was early in the day, though, I know that.
I'm sorry.
It was early in the day. I don't remember the time, I just know it was early in the day.
And it was at the car wash, right?
At the car wash. You got
And-
this.
Yep, he got dropped off. Had your car been detailed at all yet when
No.
he got dropped off?
No.
How long were you there at the car wash before? the-
Chino pulled up?
Yeah.
Probably like 5-10 minutes.
And then the two of you took off on foot, right?
Yeah.
And you expected the car to be done in
When I got back.
an hour or so?
But when I got back, he cleaned the car, but it was still glass in my back seat. So, so I'm like, bro, you didn't do what I told you to do. I wanted all the glass on my back seat because I had somebody who could put another glass in my car, another back window.
I'll get
He didn't get it all out.
I'll get to that. We're trying to just take it step by step, okay? Try to get you out of here as soon as possible. I know you don't want to be here, and I can respect that. So, you guys took off on foot and you went through the projects, right? And when you were in the projects, you went and visited somebody in the projects, correct? Who was it that you visited in the project?
One of my female friends.
Okay. You know her name?
Huh?
Do you know her name?
Man, her name Bella.
Ellie?
Bella.
Bella?
Yeah.
And when you guys went to Bella's, you started drinking and smoking, right?
Yeah.
And you said Bella had some tequila,
Yeah.
and Chino did 4 shots of tequila?
She had some Patron and Don Julio. I drank the Patron, Chino drank the Don. She had some wine. She gave Chino a glass of wine. I ain't want no wine. We smoked a blunt, we drank the liquor, and she dropped us off to the end of the alley.
Okay. And so you hung out for how long would you say?
No. About 20-30 minutes.
Okay. And so you guys had a good buzz on when you got dropped back off at the alley. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a picture that marks defendant's exhibit B. Now, does that look like an accurate depiction of the end of the alley where you guys got dropped off? You think so?
What a car wash at?
Car wash is up at the end of the alley, way down at this end down here. This would be where you would have been dropped off and you've got to walk up through the houses.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the female that you guys were visiting, she dropped you off at the end of that alley. Was there any reason why you went to the end of the alley and you didn't just go to the, have her drop you off to your truck at the car wash?
No, she had somewhere to be. We both had, I was going to the alley, up to the car wash, and she had to go somewhere else.
Okay. And so she was coming from the projects, like
I was coming from her crib, her house.
She lived in East Park Manor?
Yeah.
Okay. And you and Chino both got dropped off, right?
Yes, sir.
And when you got dropped off, you were kind of keeping your eye on everything, looking behind you, right?
I always do.
Always?
I always do.
Okay. And because you got shot a
Absolutely.
few times. And Chino took off walking kind of fast, like way up ahead of you, right?
Not for real. I mean, we was both walking. He was right on the side of me.
He was on the side of you?
Yeah. I had to use the bathroom. He wasn't walking faster than me. I don't think so.
You had to use the bathroom?
Yeah.
That was probably my next question, so maybe this clarifies it. Because we have we do have some video looking up the alley, you guys get dropped off. So, at one point, before you get to the car wash, you walk over by the house.
I used the bathroom.
Okay,
Yeah.
went to the bathroom and then came back. Now, when you get back to the car wash, what happens when you walk up? What do you see there?
I see nothing. I went to my truck. He told me my truck was in the front. I went to my truck, hopped in, I looked back, my back seat, there was still glass in my back seat. I drove around. Went back, went back around.
Chino
Told me
ride
what it
with you
was.
when you drove around?
So what?
Did Chino ride with you in the truck when you went around?
He did. We drove back around. The worker was right there. I told him, I said, the other worker didn't clean my car out properly. He looked in the back seat, he was like, oh man, I got you. Just pull up, son. I pulled up, son. Waited for him, he pulled up, he walked up. He started working. I'm like, work, just give me the towel and the spray bottle. I'll help you. I've been up here too long. My car been up here too long, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So he went and grabbed that, and we both started doing it. I'm doing the driver's side, he's doing the passenger side.
Do you remember the worker was working on a different car when you came and asked him to fix your truck?
Yeah?
Okay. And then he stopped working on that car to.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 workers up there.
There was 2 or 3 workers out there?
So I went and, he went and, he stopped doing that car, because he better be done with that car. When he started doing he just cleaned the glass out, he went and got a vacuum and spray bottle on top.
Okay. Do you remember somebody asking to use the worker's phone while you guys were working? You were pretty much concerned getting out of there as soon as you could. Get your car clean. So you were wiping off the driver's side, right? Rear driver's side or front driver's side?
Driver's side.
In the front?
In the front.
Yep, where the steering wheel is at. So you're working on wiping that down with the spray bottle and,
On top.
okay. And you said from what you remember, the worker was working on the passenger side in the front? Okay. And the last time you...
Yes, just so that we get a record, we're recording everything. I can see you're shaking your head, but we just have to have a verbal answer.
Yes.
Thank you.
The worker was on the passenger side, and the passenger side in the front.
Okay. And the last time you saw Chino, he was in the back?
Right.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're down cleaning mats and floor and stuff, helping the worker do that, and then all of a sudden you just hear an eruption of gunfire.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You didn't see what direction or where that was
No,
going?
because when it started, I ran.
Okay. You didn't see what anybody else was doing right
Nope.
then? You were paying attention
To myself.
getting the heck out of it?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you ran directly around the north side of that building?
Ramos.
Okay, and right to Ramos.
Right to Ramos.
And you stayed over there?
I stayed over there.
And then one of the workers waved you back?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you another picture. I'll mark this defense exhibit C. Here's a picture of 2 gentlemen from the body cam. You can see you there also? Okay. Were those 2 workers there when the shots went off?
Yeah, they was there.
They was there? Do you?
They was cleaning the cars.
Okay.
They were working.
Okay. And so do you remember which worker was the one who was helping you with your truck?
With the jacket on.
With the jacket, so this is the one in the front?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you mark just your initials on the jacket? Because I gotta put it into evidence to know who's who.
I gotta put mine in.
Well, it just helps. Is that the gentleman right here?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna put a big X on that first, okay? And then the other gentleman, he was not the one helping you with the car? Okay,
I rarely seen him, but he was there.
he was there. When was, do you remember when the last time was?
For the record, can you just point out who's this?
You want me to show you? Oh, for the record, this is a picture taken from a body cam on that day, and it's Mr. Payne in the picture. Mr. Coffey, that he had identified as the worker that's helping with him, and then another gentleman.
And the record will reflect that the witness didn't identify those people by name other than himself, but that you have, for clarification,
Yes. Now,
identified who they are.
No objection from the legal judge.
thank you. So do you remember the last time before the shots went off, seeing the other gentleman, the third gentleman in this picture?
No.
Okay. Do you remember seeing him after the shots went off?
I think he was the one that called me back over.
Okay, waved you back over. Okay. And I'm gonna put a Y on him, just for, so it's clarified. So, but you said, as far as you know, you believe that he was out there working on cars too, cleaning,
Clean the car.
right before all this stuff went down. And then there's been some testimony, there was a red car. Let me find out where this is. I'm just gonna show you performance exhibit A here. So this would be looking down from above. If you were on Google Maps, here's your truck. And then here's, the other cars are gone from that right now. But this would be Coffee's, and here would be the doors. Does that make sense?
What, the car wash?
Yep. Here would be the alley where you got dropped off, you guys walked up, here's where you stopped to use the restroom, and then here is walking up, and your truck's right there, kind of parked near the edge of the cement, near the alley. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, well, my truck went right there first when I walked up. It was in the front of the building.
Yeah, you moved it,
Yeah, I
you moved it
right
back.
there. Yeah, I drove it around.
Yep. And then we got this block right here that's on this picture. This would be about a car length or so to the left of your car. And from video, we believe that's like a red car. Do you remember that car being there? Do you remember cars, any cars parked along this fence? Along the, you know, you had the church there?
All right.
And then the church comes back up, and it's the church parking lot, and there's a fence. Do you remember any cars parked along the fence?
No, there was a garbage can right in front of me. A garbage can, right there, like on the passenger side. And like, you feel me? Around there, like I couldn't.
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of garbage can are you talking
A big, like you be behind.
about? Like a Herbie Kirby that you would drag along, or
No.
like a big dumpster?
Big dump.
Okay. And you said that there was a dumpster over by the passenger side?
Yeah, right in front of my truck,
Right.
right passenger side. Like
So in
bush.
the front of
Bush.
your truck?
It was like a garbage can and like a whole bunch of brush right there. Like I read it to see. I ain't see nothing.
You're talking looking back down?
That way in this way.
Okay.
But I don't remember no red carpet stuff.
Okay. But there was a garbage can blocking the dumpster? Like the size of this table?
Bigger than that though.
Bigger?
Taller than that.
How tall?
It has to be a record
Well,
of some sort, yeah.
I wanted to get him to say a name, and then I tried to make the record.
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
A dumpster that be behind a restaurant, bro. A dumpster. You know what a dumpster is, bro?
Yeah, I did. I'm just trying to say how tall this is.
I
Probably
don't know
about
how tall a dumpster, bro.
as tall as you.
A dumpster. I don't know how tall dumpsters
So I
are.
think the witness has answered.
Okay, thank you, guys. So you couldn't see in that direction, correct? Because of the dumpster, you couldn't see.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I don't even know which direction we're talking.
You said looking towards the. I'll try to clarify. You said looking from where you were at in the driver's side, looking towards the passenger way. You said near the passenger side was a dumpster. couldn't
It
see.
was the alley right. My truck is tall. I had to look, I'm not taller than my truck, none of that. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to everybody else, but I'm paying attention to me.
Gotcha.
I'm not paying attention to nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them who pays attention to nobody else, bro. And I drove 3 times. I don't pay attention to nobody. My surroundings.
Any other questions, Mr. Ayers?
Just one last question. The gentleman, I'll show you the picture again. The one that we marked Y, the one that you said you think waved you over after the shooting. Do you remember seeing him in that area right before the shooting?
Witnesses, answer, shook his
No,
head
sir. No, sir. I apologize.
No problem.
I never did this. It's not what I do.
No, you're doing
Great.
well. You said that was your last question.
Yeah, you one more year, I'm sorry. I swear this is the last one. Okay, this is also a picture looking down the alley from that bottom house. Does that look like a fair and accurate depiction? If that's looking down the alley, and that would be the front passenger corner of the truck. Is that what you were thinking was this trailer? Okay. So to clarify for the record, the dumpster was actually like a trailer that was parked on the news park.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was blocking the view.
Absolutely.
See anything. Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Ron.
Mr. Stonewall, do you have any questions of this witness?
No. I have no questions.
And do you have any redirect?
No, Judge, this witness be excused?
Yes, and Mr. Payne, I want to thank you very much for not being stubborn, answering the questions as best you could, and spending the time here to wait, so thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, it's my understanding that at this time, both defendants are waiving the remainder of the preliminary examination to preserve the offer of what's originally charged on the conviction, and the dismissal of the perjury, and no additional charges. Yes.
Okay, so the dismissal,
There's a separate file that,
Separate file.
correct, Judge, that is,
those files are going to be dismissed.
yeah, if they're for a resolution in circuit court, Judge, so I think that they'll just be,
Dismissed without prejudice today for a resolution in certain March.
well, I think it makes the most sense to waive them all up, and the proposed